Alright, this is Obeid on behalf of Electronics, and in this video we're going to be talking about customer needs and wants when it comes to marketing. Okay, so there are five aspects to this concept. And number one is stated needs. So let me write this down over here. So this is stated needs. And when it comes to stated needs, we are mainly talking about what the customer states as to what his or her needs are. So say, for example, if a customer walks into a big department store and is looking for, um, let's say, a bead barrier, okay, then obviously the customer will say, hey, listen, I'm looking for a bead barrier, and this is where he states his or her needs. A customer walks into a dealership looking for a car, and this would be his or her stated needs when he says, hey, listen, I want a car, okay, so and so make and model, so and so year. Okay, when a customer walks into a real estate agency and looks for an Airbnb, okay, this is where he or she states his or her needs, saying, hey, listen, I want so-and-so cottage or so-and-so lodge or so-and-so property at a certain location or so-and-so land at a certain location and so many acres. Okay, so this is stated needs. All right, so this would be needs that customer specifies or expresses. Okay, so this would be needs that customer specifies or states. All right, now apart from stated needs, you also have real needs. Okay, so these are real needs of the customer. When a customer walks into a department store looking for a cell phone, he may be looking for a certain make and model. However, for that cell phone, the customer may be looking for a certain battery life. Okay, maybe the customer wants to use a cell phone on the go, as a result of which the battery life is the customer's main concern. Could be looking for a cell phone with better storage, whether it's a cell phone or a laptop or a computer. Okay, memory does play an important role. Okay, your hard drive disk space plays an important role. Okay, so on and so forth. The customer could be looking for a cell phone that is compatible with a lot of the applications in the market. So again, if app compatibility is the reason why the cell phone is being bought, okay, then obviously the real need of the customer is app compatibility. So this is your real need. Now, apart from real need, you also have unstated needs. Okay, so these are needs that the customers do not state, do not mention. However, the needs are out there. So these are unstated needs. So in terms of unstated needs, okay, these are needs that the customers do not state or mention. So if a customer walks into a real estate agency, okay, the customer may not mention a pool. Okay, however, if the conditions are hot outside, if the weather is hot outside, it's possible that this is something that the customer may want. Okay, however, the customer did not mention that the customer is looking for a pool. So in this case, this need becomes an unstated need. All right. So this is an example of unstated need. Now, apart from unstated needs, you also have delight needs. And delight needs is much like Canada's Got Talent, for example, where the customer is looking for a wow factor. The customer would be the judge, okay, and the supplier, the product would be the contestant, okay, where the product, they should have a wow factor such as accessories that come with a cell phone case, any promotional products or gifts that come or tag along with the product itself, okay, so on and so forth. So we're talking about the wow factor, and that has to do with delight. Okay, so the customer may be looking for something exceptional about the product for him or her to get convinced to buy the product. So this is delight needs. Apart from delight needs, you also have secret needs. Okay, these are needs that the customers do not state, mention, express, okay, or needs that are not realized. So these are secret needs. All right. So, say for example, if the customer is looking for security and safety, um, it's possible that the customer may not have mentioned insurance. However, insurance may become a secret need of the customer depending on what he or she is buying. Okay, just to make sure the customer keeps the product. In the worst case scenario, that the product does not get stolen or get damaged, okay, so on and so forth. If it does get damaged or stolen, the customer has a backup policy. So in this case, this becomes a secret need of the customer. The customer does not state that he or she wants insurance, nor is it realized that he or she wants insurance. Maybe the customer may buy a new product. In the long run, may buy a new product next year as far as the supplier is concerned. However, okay, since insurance is a product available in the market, this could be one of the secret needs. So that would be it when it comes to customer needs and wants relevant to marketing. On behalf of V Electronics, this is Ubaid. Have yourself a great day.